Honestly, these instructions suck and they almost may as well not be there. They're so bad. Hello, welcome to my channel, Haylee Marie Vintage. Today I am going to be doing a sewing process video. So I did one of these sewing kind of vlog styles way back when I started my channel when I sewed my first dress. Now I'm a little bit more advanced than that. However, I still think this video will have lots of learning. Also, I think you can hear traffic outside. Apologies for that. So I tried a new setting lotion in my hair to like set my curls better, and I think it's done the exact opposite, and I'm pretty annoyed about that. Let's jump into kind of what I'm working on here. So this here is a pattern I got in, I think, my most recent pattern haul or sewing supply haul. So I thought this was a super cute play suit. I wanted to make it before summer's over. Here goes it. I have honestly completely lost all of my motivation to sew. I have not been sewing for the past few weeks, and I'm trying to kind of jumpstart and get back into it. So if anybody has a suggestion for when they get sewer's block, let me know. And I'm hoping by filming this process, it kind of gets me back into enjoying sewing. I'm gonna do this cute little play suit. I'm gonna do the shorts edition. I don't own very many vintage shorts, mainly because my hips are bigger than my waist significantly, so it's really hard to find like the right fit. But with these, I can make them as wide as I need. So I'm pretty excited about that. You'll see when I cut them that I plan to cut them about 2 inches wider than the pattern tells me to, because my hips are significantly wider than the pattern. And then I'll figure out how to take in the waist the way it needs to be. But this is going to be a challenging pattern to do. I already read the instructions. This is a New York pattern. I am pretty used to Advanced and Simplicity's patterns, and they're definitely better, like instruction-wise. Like this one just has like one diagram of every single thing like all the way together, and so it's going to be fairly nightmarish. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not super looking forward to that, admittedly. But this is the fabric I'm using. So this is just an old bed sheet. I really like it. The other thing I'm going to try to do is reuse. There's a bias tape on here, and so I'm going to try to pick off all the bias tape and keep it, and then do the like all the edges of the play suit with it. So we'll also kind of see how that goes, and if I have actually enough yardage for that. I'm hoping I do, but you never know. So that's kind of what's up with this project. Alrighty guys, so kind of back behind me here, you can see my pattern. So we are 4 days later, so I'm still not feeling very motivated to sew, I guess, because yes, this is 4 days, 3 days since I filmed the intro, but I figured I'd show you. I finally have the pattern ironed and pinned, but you can see here I decided to do the skirt as well. So this will be a full short skirt, whatever set play suit. So you can see. So over there I have the binding tape. I don't think I'm going to be able to use it. I calculated there is not enough binding tape for me to be able to use it for the whole garment. So I need to make some decisions there. And then, yeah, you can see there's some short pieces, some skirt pieces, and some blouse pieces down here. So my cutting method, since I am on carpet, is I have a really big cutting mat around, and I know you aren't supposed to pin patterns and you're supposed to use weights, but I don't have that luxury when I'm on the floor. So I'll just go ahead and cut everything, and I like to have the mat underneath. The fact so like I don't like pin into my carpet or cut through any of my carpet here. But yeah, that's what this looks like. You can see I scorched that pattern a little bit. Whoops. But yeah, so I'll get these all cut out, and then I will check back in. Just checking in, I just finished cutting everything. It was a lot. You can see I have all the pieces here, so I actually have almost 2 yards of fabric left. And then these are everything. I think I'm going to start with the top, then I'm going to do the shorts, and then I'm going to do the skirt. The skirt will actually be the easiest piece, but it has so many bound buttonholes that I don't want to deal with anytime soon, so I'm going to put those off. And then I also cut my little pattern for my mask right here. The one thing I did notice actually when I was making this or cutting this is you can see it does actually have some spots on it, and those are permanent because I washed this fabric, which is a bit of a bummer, but it'll be fine. But basically I'm going to try to follow the instructions for this pattern, but as you can see here, this diagram is the only diagrams I have on how to assemble a top, which seems really challenging. And then 14 and 15 are the only steps about the shirt, but they're each like a million long. So we'll kind of see how this goes. I anticipate this being kind of challenging and hard. This isn't, like, I'm pretty used to Advance or Butterwick instructions, and this is not those, so I'm a little bit dreading it, but I'm hoping I've done enough like general clothing construction that it won't be so bad. But I definitely think it's going to be a journey with the shirt because I think the shirt will actually be the hardest. And I like to, usually I sew from easiest to hardest. Lately that hasn't motivated me. So now I'm going to sew from hardest to easiest. And so I'm going to do the top and then the shorts and then the skirt. And we're going to kind of see how that goes. So yeah, that is, I will check in. Yeah, when I'm trying on the top, I'm sure I will be like 4 days from now. TBD. I do have a full-time job, so I can't just sew all day, unfortunately. So we are back. The shirt is fairly fully formed. Unfortunately, if you look on the inside, I just kind of had to ignore the triangles and round the pattern itself. This was super frustrating to work with. So basically the instructions don't show the inside of how to do that, and they don't describe it well either. So for me, it just was much easier to round it and not deal with like the rectangular bits. Yeah, these instructions are, I think, by far the worst I've ever followed, which I sort of expected. They didn't tell you to do things in the correct order. So basically, they didn't instruct me how to do the facing. They didn't just instruct me to overstitch. They didn't tell me, how to work the inside of this at all. They just kind of show like, here's some stitching, and so if somehow you stop there for some reason, and then they don't show how to actually do the inside of that. So yeah, so this has so far been frustrating. We will see what happens when I try it on in a few seconds. But so this is what it's looking like right now. It fits fairly well. I could maybe use it a little bit tighter here. So I might bring, oh, sorry, I'm drifting again. Maybe it is just easier to do this. Yeah, it is. So I might bring it in on the bust like here a little bit. But yeah, so here's kind of that fit in. I'll check in after I've done the bound buttonholes and all the hemming, and I'll show you what it looks like then, as well as I think start the preparation for the shorts. Alrighty, so I am back and checking in. I guess maybe I'll put this in the background. I don't know. But as you can see, I have the top here. I have the sleeves hemmed. I have the buttons and the buttonholes on. I took it in, which I regret, but that's fine. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, I hemmed the waist. So next time I make this, because this is my practice one for the real one that I'm really excited about, which is like this fun watermelon print. So next time I'm going to add 2 inches here. I would just feel better if I had 2 inches there. I'm not a huge crop top wearer. This is super cute, but yeah, it's a little cropped. And then I'm going to add 1 inch on the shoulder seam. I wouldn't mind the armhole being a wee bit bigger. And then I would drop the bust line down about 1 inch, which is kind of what I want right now. But yeah, I'm going to get started on the shorts next. So far, not enjoying this pattern. This is the first time I have used this brand, which I think is a New York pattern, which is a brand that's not in existence anymore, and it's not very good. So I'm not going to be purchasing any more vintage patterns from the New York pattern brand because they reference perforations that aren't even in the actual punched out pattern, and so that's been really frustrating because I'm like, well, using these perforations, do this, and I'm like, well, there are no perforations. So the instructions for the shorts look like this. So yeah, I'm skipping the pockets because they're missing perforations on the pockets, and then the pockets are also just so small they can't hold anything anyway. So yeah, we'll kind of see how this goes. I think it's going to be fairly challenging. I'm trying to show you these shorts. Here they are. As you can see, they fit pretty well. So I did try them on once already in between kind of showing you guys because I wanted to check. So basically I added in 2 inches and the 2 inches starts about here-ish. So I don't know that I actually needed to add in the 2 inches, and I think when I make these in the future, I'm only going to add in a 1/2 inch. Or 1 inch. I do think they are cute because they're still like really flared. Sorry, my camera is probably going to be all over the place here. But they're still pretty flared. They're really cute. I'm actually going to probably take them up 2 inches. The pattern says 1. And then I just need to, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pinned here. So I just need to find a zipper, put in the zipper, put in the iron hook, and then hem this as well as do the hand sewing on the inside part of the waistband. But I do think they look really, really good. And actually, I think I'll be okay with the top length with this pair of shorts because it'll be pretty close. But I'm not going to show you everything together until we're there. But yeah, I am pretty happy right now. Oof, bra strap. I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made at the moment. So I'm going to finish up these shorts today. So that'll be the shorts and the top in one day. And then I'll probably do the skirt tomorrow. And that should be hopefully pretty easy. The skirt, the biggest time taker is going to be all the bound buttonholes that I have to do for the skirt. But otherwise the skirt will be super easy as well, especially since I'm not having to put a zipper or anything like that. But I don't have a zipper picked out yet, so that is the next step, is to find the zipper I want to use. But yeah, so far these are turning out really well, and I think it's going to be a super cute outfit. So basically I sewed it the way I think it was supposed to be sewed. The instructions again weren't super helpful, so I just kind of guessed and they turned out all right. And then I did the waistband the same way I would do a waistband for a skirt. So that's kind of how I'm doing things. Honestly, these instructions suck and they almost may as well not be there. They're so bad. And the diagrams aren't really helpful either. So that is what it is. Checking in one more time. I'm not going to try this on for you guys because it's kind of complicated without the buttons sewn on. But as you can see, I have the bound buttonholes here. So those are all in. That took a lot of time. This pattern continues to frustrate me. So the waistband for the skirt wasn't corrected in any way, shape, or form. So I had to recut the waistband, and by recut, I mean I had already done the bound buttonhole. So I just went ahead and sewed a seam back here. But otherwise it's looking good. And so next up will be kind of the final takeaways / reveal. So that's exciting. Checking in again, I think it's maybe 2 weeks after I started this project, maybe just a week. I'm not sure. I've been really, really busy. I've been trying to go out in the Seattle sunshine and really enjoy that because it will go away. I kind of had the realization that summer is almost over and winter is coming, and winter in Seattle is pretty much no joke, and I am not ready for it. So this project took a little bit longer because I wanted to make sure to be getting outside and all that jazz. So first, I guess, I made my matching mask. I have a really simple mask pattern I use. I'll link the blog that I use to make them down below. I make mine with a pocket for a filter. If I'm outside, I don't wear it with a filter. If I were to travel or get on a plane, I would probably wear it with a filter in it. But I just think having a filter pocket is always a great idea. And then this one I can obviously just throw in the wash. Obviously, you can see this top. So alterations I'll make in the future, I would like it to be about 1 inch longer. So with this skirt is holds up incorrectly because I'm sitting. This is a little bit more midriff than I prefer, and I'll show you some other shots of this with the shorts and the skirt. But it's a little bit short for me, so I think in the future I'm going to try to lengthen it by about 1 inch. And then here we have the shorts. Next time I cut these, I will cut them to pattern and I'll add in the extra 4 inches. Because these actually fit really, really well, and these ones are a little bit more flared than I would prefer by, about that extra inch I cut. So I won't do that in the future, but I do think this is a really cute shorts pattern, and I think I'll use it a ton because I prefer shorts that flare out at the butt instead of kind of coming back in, because yeah, I have a bigger booty, and most of those shorts that are supposed to come back in and kind of cup your butt. I don't have any better terms for that, but the shorts that basically are supposed to cup your butt, for me, they usually gap at the bottom or they gap at the waist. So I definitely just kind of prefer this flowy, cute short look. And so I'm super excited about these. I think I'll get a lot of use out of them into the fall and then next summer, I suppose. And I think I did a good job. They feel well made. This project, I was pretty careful about actually pinking things and all that jazz. But yeah, that is the shorts. And yeah. Oh, and I don't think I showed you guys, but we just have your basic metal zip and your hook and eye here. I buy metal zip lots off of Etsy all the time. I chose this green one because it kind of matches. The last piece of this 4-piece set is this skirt. I think I did the pleats the wrong way. They kind of feel like they like bunch weird in the front, and like I should have pinned them the other way. I don't know. I'm still really new to pleats. I think I need to watch some YouTube videos and kind of figure out how pleats like standardly lay, because these kind of feel wrong and like they are faced the wrong way. So they're like pleated like this, and it kind of feels like they should have been pleated the other way. I think I followed the instructions, but like I said, the instructions on this was crap. I followed the instructions on the shorts because I had never made shorts before, but the instructions on everything else sucked. But I did do bound buttonholes here, and they look really good. I have now fully gotten the hang of the inside of a bound buttonhole, and so now my bound buttonholes look much nicer than they did. So that's super exciting. And then yeah, I think this skirt is really nice. It is not very full, and I do prefer a fuller skirt, but I do still really like this skirt, and I really wanted the practice round of this skirt to make sure it fit me well. When I hemmed it, I ended up cutting off this amount, so what, 4, 5, 6 inches? So I did actually lose a buttonhole at the bottom. This is the top at the bottom. And so in the future, wow, I can't get this right. There we go. So in the future, I will do this without the last button, because I know that I will be hemming it right below the buttonhole for it to be the length I want. But yeah, that is it for this set. So I'm gonna make another playsuit in this really cute watermelon fabric. And so for that, I actually redrafted all of the shirt pattern pieces to give me an inch here and give me another inch here. But wouldn't recommend this pattern brand. If you're gonna spend like a lot, like if you can find a New York pattern from the 1940s, it's like $5, would highly recommend. Or if you're super experienced, definitely go for it. Otherwise, I think I spent $20 on this pattern, and I would never buy another pattern from them for $20 again. But it doesn't matter. I did end up with a super cute playsuit that I think I'll get a ton of wear out of. And I kind of like the cheekiness of having a shirt, skirt, and top. And of course, these days, the mask. That is it for this project. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. This was something a little bit new for me. So if you liked it, definitely hit that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos. I'm thinking of doing maybe some Halloween creations later this year because we're getting to spooky season. But besides that, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you stick around here. I'm mainly a vintage content creator, so if you enjoy vintage and you enjoy vintage fashion and clothing and sewing, definitely stick around. I'll see you next time. Bye!